Take note. So this is designed, the bolt is designed to fail first before the nut. Now for fun, we're going to have nut versus nut. I've got a torque wrench on it. Oh yeah, she's grabbing nice. Nut versus nut. So this will be more like thread versus thread. There we go. So let's see what happens here. Let me take a look at the torque as I do this. Bear with me. I'll let you guys look. We're at the 20 again. I feel it already changing. Sorry about the focus. You try doing this. It's 18. So it already went up to 20, and it's already distorting down now. Okay, so what you're seeing here is basically a chart showing what I did was I put the torque wrench on there. I took it up to about, its failure was about 20, which just shows it's going into the plastic mode, and then it started going down and it started dropping off. So the ultimate clamp force, I guess you could say it's 20, or just before 20. And then it started dropping off. It got down to 7. As I still kept rotating it, if I'd have kept rotating this, it would have stripped out even the 7 down to 0 before it even, and that's rotating it in a tightening fashion is what I'm referring to. But as I still kept rotating it in this tightening fashion, it went down to about a 7. And at that point, I bailed on it and started backing it out. So around a 7, it still let me pull it, disconnect it, or unthread it, if you will. If I'd have taken it to a 0, we would have had a spinning bolt inside the nut, and it would be no way to get it back out by just turning it back counterclockwise. It wouldn't. The back side of the threads were trash, where they won't grab. I know this because I already tried it, and I don't have that video for you because somehow it didn't record, even though I thought I was looking dead at it. You know what? I'll take another look at my phone, but yeah. So that's what you're looking at there. So I took it back. I'm gonna dial it back down after 7, and then I'm gonna have a little fun with it and show you a little more in the video. Here we go. I think it was at 21, and she's about pop threads now. I think I should just bail out on that and start undoing it. See if I can undo this thing. Yeah, she's spinning around. So let's see if it's still salvageable as far as backing back out. That's the other one that failed. Give me a second here to do this. I got to take the camera off. Phone down. Okay, how kind of cool is that, right? You see the threads have failed on the bolt. There's some galling that took place to help me. I had problems with, see the fiber sticking up on the back of my hand now, but are beautiful inside here. They aren't destroyed, but they're destroyed here. So these are good threads. These threads are shot. Now if I could clean off some of this galling a little bit, galling. Let's try this. I'll spray a touch of graphite on it. Dry graphite lube, and it'll hopefully allow me to hand thread this in. You'll see it where it's gonna. I can feel it sticking. The galling. I'm trying to think of a bird. The gall. Okay, she's still nice. See it now? And then when I get to there, she's she's done. The threads are... I wanted to keep this on here so I can back it out, but it's about 7 psi left in this. I took it up to 20. It would drop down to 7 when I still kept cranking inwards, and so it was on the downside of its failure. It was no longer elastic, it was plastic at that point, and it was just failing. So I went to 20, and it was still, I could go all the way into so much, maybe 15, and back it out and still keep getting 15. And then when I get to 20 though, that's its max. It becomes it's its plastic failure, and it's not going any tighter ever again, and it starts dropping down. When it started dropping down, as I still kept trying to tighten it, when it got to 7, I stopped, I bailed, and I said, now let me see if I can start backing it out. At 7, it did have enough bite still in it at 7 to allow me to rebite, to still let me thread off. Now you see what happened when I kept threading into the plastic mode, where it was totally a failure. It now will not allow me to back off. It's too galled up in there. It can't grab. There's no way for it to grab and pull back out. So you can pay attention to that, and if you can pay attention, you'll know that you're pushing that bolt, and when you can still recoup it. Now this is a soft thread. Obviously that's why it's failed, and so you get the spinning, which isn't typical. Normally it pops, and then I was going to show you a pop one, but I've got something else to do right now. So this will be the end of this video, and I'll do a different one for that. But that's pretty darn cool. Hopefully you understand that plastic elastic thing now, where I took it to those modes.